Annual PutMe's are going to be announced. We got some winners. We got some losers. We also got some jobbers.
So jobber of the year, let's go ahead and pull it up.
EC3 is my jobber of the year.
Land_W.
Yeah, thank you, Land, because that hit it on the nose. That was amazing. Only because his expectations were a little higher than where he's at right now, and he's had a shitty year.
Bottom 1%.
He's the total opposite.
Congrats, you're my jobber of the year, EC3.
I'm actually going to agree with Adam Bettene, Mojo Raleigh. I thought that was a great one. There was a lot to choose from. You got your No Way Jose's out there. You got your you don't know Jack and Bella saying Brandon Cutler.
The reason why
That's a good choice.
is because they've tried to push him as a main event guy this past year, and then he gets relegated back to being a lackey.
Shout out to MJ Shackney for agreeing with you, Dick.
Someone said Omega.
Omega,
we'll get on that too.
Omega's been more of a disappointment than anything else.
Yeah.
By no means is he a jobber.
With Tag Team of the Year.
Ooh, this one's a tough one.
What
are you guys thinking?
I went with Lucha Bros.
Lucha Bros. I'm gonna go with Lucha Bros as well.
Double.
I'm gonna go with Random Jerk 138 on this.
Oh, I love this guy. He's funny, dude.
Lucha Bros. Matt, that's my Tag Team of the Year.
That's a decent pick.
Every time they go out there, they do nothing but make me smile ear to ear during the entire match.
Sports entertained you.
They got
sure.
the Seattle Miedo, which I feel like they say that a little too much.
I was gonna say the New Day, but I saw Boss Femme Fatale. Shout out to you. You've been putting on.
I was gonna say that was my honorable mention.
That's a pretty good pick.
That's an honorable mention.
Kabuki Warriors, because
Yeah.
they actually made something, and they're continuing to make something of this title.
Match of the Year.
For me, I'm gonna probably go with Ospreay and Shingo for the final, because that to me put Will Ospreay on the map to be really a heavyweight contender and a main event guy for this year.
Was Walter versus Bate, because that
Ooh,
shit
good
was
choice, dude.
wild of a match. I did not expect it because my expectations for NXT UK things are pretty low, but that delivered on all fronts.
That just goes to show you how great Walter is, and Tyler Bate as well. Let's give him as much credit as.
I'm gonna give it up to Kofi and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was a big moment. We all marked out. Remember that?
Dude, that's a feeling that I don't feel very often in wrestling. When Kofi finally won the title, it was I kind of thought it was predictable, but in a good way. Byron, let's start with you. Who's your woman of the year?
Not Luna Vachon, as the photo says.
Well, that's woman of the fucking century.
Yep. A lot of people are saying Charlotte, surprisingly, right? All the fans. Random Jerk says Tessa Blanchard. So I'm going to go with Becky Lynch, guys, because I think right now, even that Raw promo she cut last week kind of took her away from a little dull spell she had.
She's cooled down a lot since WrestleMania.
It's going to double as both female and breakout for me. I might as well kill both of them right now, and that's Rhea Ripley.
I knew she was going to be a giant star. So yeah, Shayna Baszler is my woman of the year for sure. The submission magician.
And at this point, you definitely
Shayna
put her on you put her on the main roster. You put her on the main roster. What do you do with her as far as
possibilities are endless?
Our rising star of the year, bask in his glory, Baskin Robbins, Keith Lee. I've never seen a refrigerator jump out of a ring before.
How does he move like that?
He's so physically gifted.
Strackman says Jake Atlas was big on the indie scene. I think Jake Atlas is going to be huge. Jackson Riley says Pete Dunne.
Aleister Black. I think his star is only going to go higher. That Buddy Murphy match and that little feud should put them both over.
Yeah.
And 2020 is going to be a title run of some sort for him.
All right, guys. This is the main event.
This is the hardest one.
Probably the hardest one.
Yeah. I'll tell you it's not Kenny Omega, because he's jobbing on AEW. Good job with that.
Adam Cole. I think he's carried 2019 consistently.
Y2J, Chris Jericho.
That's a good pick. He's in my top 5.
That's a good pick as well.
He is Le Champion. Anything he touches turns to gold. He has, not only is he like great out there on the mic without a script, he's out there having great matches at almost 50 years old.
I'm going to go with the best pro wrestler in wrestling, Daniel Bryan.
Good choice.
He's probably the best right now.
Somalius said that.
Shout out to him. But yeah, there's no one better in the ring.
That was my number 2. That was my honorable mention.
He's up there with the greats. He's solidified himself as one of the best of all time.
I mean, we can go one more. What would be like story of the year?
Until the day I die, clearly. There you go,
Nice.
guys. There you go.
Nice.
And that's our show, guys. Thank you so much for. I mean, Kofi winning the title is a
That's
big
mine.
one.
That's just the
I-
obvious one. I
That's
would
like
say.
the one of the decade too.
Yeah, that's a big moment. Fiend.
Firefly Funhouse for me
Oh,
would
yeah.
be.
That's a good ass pick.
AEW.
Oh, that's
Debuting.
a really good
That's
That's an obvious.
That
plot
that
point.
that to me, you can't ignore that. I mean, that trumps any storyline, any story that has been for this year is the fact that AEW has debuted. It's changed the landscape.
one. It changed the universe.
Wow,
You
that,
can't change that.
that actually coincides with mine. Actually, I was gonna say Kofi, but I think it's the Wednesday Night War. That's the storyline. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. Here's another hot take. MJF is just basically the Miz, who is not as nearly as good as talking.
You're 1,000% wrong.
100% right. They say that
No.
the Miz sucks.
No.
And MJF is this guy. Because the Miz is better than MJF. Because if you guys, I seen MJF matches. They're not that good. And I think the Miz is just as good, if not better, on the mic. So I think it's a hypocritical thing to say that the
No.
Miz sucks.
No.
And MJF is this guy. Because the Miz